Welcome to the channel, everyone, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. A lot of things to fill in on everything going on around here and why we're running so far behind on YouTube videos. Yeah, you want to help, buddy? You want to help? You want to help? But anyways, like little home projects like this. That used to be a blank wall, which I think I did slightly mention in the video before. Then coming out here, I realized I never even introduced a new vehicle to the channel. That's pretty bad of me. I shot a video on it and didn't even mention like, oh yeah, by the way, here's this, blah, blah, blah. I did trade my AT4 in for this, but it was because they gave me $7,000 more than I bought it for back in February after I put 8,000 miles on it, which is nuts because then they bought it back from me for $57,000, I bought it for $50,000, and they got a price tag of like $65,000 on it, which is just absolutely absurd. 15 grand more than what I bought it for a few months ago. But anyways, that's why the truck's not here, but don't worry, I am looking to adding a truck to this, and it'll be a fun little build truck. Then the next one, we went in depth over here about this one today. As you can see, this orange line right here, keep on going and going and going and going, all the way over to the fence line, then straight down. So our next project, being that we don't have a whole lot of parking because our driveway is a mountain, it seems like, and we want something a little bit more official than that old school little rinky-dink goal. So we're going to build a retaining wall where this orange line is going down, and then go ahead and concrete slab all this right here and put a basketball goal somewhere in this neighborhood so all the kids can play basketball, have games over here, make it more of a fun area because, like, as most people can tell by COVID, if we have another pandemic, you're stuck at your house and we just want a whole lot more to do. So then over here to the back, where it looks kind of organized, but just a cluster of everything. We'll get back to that here in a second. So, another fun thing. It's been like a 6-month process of staining this deck, it seems like. Okay, we've been doing it for a couple months, not weeks. But anyways, you can tell where it is done by how much shinier it is. Still got to do all those, but at one point in time, for almost a month, someone left us dang on whether they was going to buy our house or not. They didn't like the color of the deck. So they's like, oh, we're going to stain, or we're going to strip that and redo it a different color. So don't even worry about finishing it. And then they bailed on the offer on the house, so we just took it off the market and said we're done screwing with that right now. We're just going to make our house the way, exactly how we want it, and maybe later in life, go ahead and buy farmland and build something. So anyways, still staying in the deck, and my gosh, gotta say, I have the biggest deck in this neighborhood. So it's taking a long time to work on it. Oh, there's a little buddy. My dogs are gonna be upset that they're not out to see him. And then for this right here, this is not gonna be substantial enough. We have 2 kids growing up. But how we're building the retaining wall right there, what we're thinking is we'll end up taking this down and have to put it into concrete probably, because we can either build a retaining wall on this side of it and just literally have a fence that randomly goes really high up into the air. Or we can go ahead and flatten all this out. And then the guy that we was talking to just started making custom pools. So we're thinking like a walk-in beach pool right here. Since we're on such a ridiculous hill anyways, it worked out absolutely perfect for that. We just have to build a wall in the back. We wouldn't have to dig out, you know, just mounds and mounds of dirt. So we're thinking a walk-in beach pool right here. I think that's what the goal is, and then I don't have to worry about all my grass dying after, you know, spending hundreds of dollars on a water bill to keep it green. But then, head back in here. Yes, it all just looks like a huge cluster. 2 kids, 2 dogs, and, oh yeah. I'll get to the next point. One other reason, yes, the house is still a mess. But it always is with 2 kids. So look, we haven't even unpacked from Vegas yet. I mean, that's just stuff we're not using, so that's all we haven't done. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, there's the other doggy. Oh, there's the doggies. There's the doggies. There's a lovely life.
Hey, apparently we won $80 on this.
We won $80 on you buy.
$100, but it was $20 for $80.
Boy, oh boy, let's go ahead and start all this renovation, baby. It's only like $50,000 worth of renovations you're wanting to our new house. But anyways, here we go. I am lucky enough to where I am having an opportunity. I'm not going to go too much into detail or anything because I have not been to rookie school or anything, but I do have an opportunity with the local city here to become a firefighter. I started not this past Monday, but the Monday before, and what's that do? I don't even know what that button does. But anyways, I have an opportunity. Let's see here. I'll take it back out into the garage for all this. But I did quit my nice little fancy VA job that did actually pay fairly well. I will say it is a big pay cut. But I missed the camaraderie as a military and feeling like I was really doing my part for our country. So this way it's not the country, but it still is the city that I live in. And my wife and I, we are very privileged to live great lives. So I figured right now is my chance, since my wife is getting back into the workforce, right now is my chance. Oh, there's the hat and everything for the fire department then. What's great. So right now is my chance to take a pay cut if I'm going to take one. So, well, actually, I cleared it out pretty well. But right now, whenever since I don't have my truck, I am using this little rinky-dink thing. Oh, there's the boots at least. This little tiny car for transporting all this during rookie school. Literally every single day I have to have all my gear and everything. That big red bag I just showed you, it's supposed to fit in this thing. Which the trunk, luckily, thank gosh, it is massive. But that's without my turnout gear and all that stuff. So literally, I'm probably going to have to steal my wife's Jeep. And that's another reason why I'm going to need to add a 4-door truck to this for traveling. And just being a firefighter, this is very unpractical, to be 100% honest. So yeah, hindsight's 20/20. And then your second year that you're there, you're typically bouncing from station to station for a while, and which I'm going to have all that turnout gear. I'm going to have everything with me, traveling with me every single day that I do work. So that's going to have to be a fun car. So hopefully with my wife's new job, it pays enough to where we can just add a truck to it and not have to get rid of the car. But that's a lot of the reasons you keep seeing me change my vehicles all the time. Every single time I go to something different, it's either I fully built something and it's just not the way I planned on it being, or for instance, like I said a few minutes ago, my wife's wanted about $50,000 worth of renovations on this house. So if I go trade in my nice, expensive, fancy truck for a slightly used sports car that is already cheaper, brand new than what my truck was, boom, I just saved myself $20,000 in payments over the next few years. So there's one thing. Then I did take a pay cut. So with me saving $20,000 on this, which come to find out with my pay cut and everything and the way everything works out, actually shouldn't be much of a pay cut at all. Maybe $100-200 a month, which just I'll save that in fuel, just not driving to work 5 days a week or 4 days. I was working 4 10s. Work 1 day of overtime, boom, you're golden. But anyways, then with my wife starting her job, boom, that covers the other $30,000 and the ability to go ahead and have a truck. And then we have all three of everything you want. You got your Go Fast weekend car, date night car. We have our very rarely used off-road at this current point in time at the busyness of our schedule, but it did at least make it to Windrock, and it did prove itself pretty well, other than it was extremely slick. And to be honest, these are not sticky tires. They're not made that way. So very hard compound, they're slick, great for mudding, and they did very well in general. It's just for the scenario I was in, these were not the exact perfect tire. And then if we've got the diesel truck that I'm looking for, so if anybody knows of any reasonable priced 6.7s, prefer Powerstroke, but I can look at Dodge now because they are stepping up their game, or even a GMC Chevy, that'll be fine too. But if it's not a Ford Powerstroke, I want a 2013 or newer in any of the models. Me, I know people hate the 6-point blows, but dude, I love them. If somebody's got an amazing 6.0 crew cab, Powerstroke 4-wheel drive, leave some type of comment in there. Hit me up on our Instagram, the Boosted Fam or Home Rut. I'll put those links into the description down below so you can hit me up on those. Looking for another diesel. To be honest, I'm looking for used because I'm going to be replacing all the suspension and everything anyways, unless you've already done it. So I'm not looking for a brand new $90,000 vehicle or a used one for 80 grand. I'm looking more in between anywhere from 20 all the way up to 50, 60 if I wait a couple months. But anyways, just let me know. But that is a big, quick follow-up on everything going on. Why I go through so many vehicles, because people ask all the time. Most of the time I get a new vehicle, it's actually a cheaper vehicle most of the time. And like whenever I got rid of my 2017 Platinum F-250 and my Corvette, it was to buy a Raptor. I traded both those in, bought a cheaper Raptor because we were in the process of buying this house. And then later on, other things happened when I wanted to buy my wife's Jeep and everything. Then I got rid of the Raptor because, like, hey, my wife's a full-time mom, and she went all the way down to a little four-door car that we all hate because we just hate cars in general, unless they're fast. And so it was her turn for a vehicle on that. So I sacrificed my truck so she could have her dream vehicle. But anyways, that's just a quick explanation of everything. I hope it answers some of the questions that I do get asked fairly often, especially at the fire department. I'm sure, being that tomorrow's the first day I'm driving the Jeep, people are going to be, oh, what's about this YouTube and everything? Well, I bet just check out the last video and you all will understand. So much easier to just point and say, hey, click on this video and you'll get it. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Big news. I did go check on the 72 Power Choke today. It's been over a month since I've even been to that shop. That tells you how busy we are, being I used to be there every other day. So I was told that should be up and running next week, so look for that video next week of the Power Choke at least starting. It's not going to be drivable, it's not going to be on the road, but it should get up and start. They had to order a new computer for it. Apparently the computer was junk, which doesn't surprise me because I got it off the guy that screwed me out of like $8-9 grand worth of internal parts and labor on that truck. So, but anyways, with that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Stopping by for the first time, please subscribe. Y'all have a great day. Hey, sweetie. Hey.